Hi, this is Jacqueline here with the Grow Program. Thanks for growing with me on today. I sure appreciate you growing with me. I really, truly do. And I'm going to tell you something. I don't know where it came from, honey, because don't nobody talk like me. Don't nobody talk like no ancestor but me. But it's all right, you see, because I'm able to get the message through. I need to get the message through about God. God is love. God is not about money. God is not about your money, honey. But in God we trust. On the money, but we can't trust God in the school. We took God out of everything. But I'm here to bring God back and show you that God is the way. God is the truth and the light. And you need to remember that and believe that. And hold on to God, honey. Hold on to God's unchanging hand. Just keep holding on to God no matter what. Cause look here, I remember I used to talk to my cousin all the time. I'd be talking to her, and next thing you know, she would interrupt what I'm saying just to shoot me down and say, "Oh, you so country," and it was funny. It's funny, yeah, to say that, whatever. But it's how I am. It's how I talk. I don't understand where it came from, but I sound just like an ancestor. But honey, I went to school just like everybody else. I went to high school. I went to college. I worked all my life just like everybody else. I had a little help, I had a little sister. I'm a single parent. Yeah, they helped me, but I ain't never had nobody come in and pay my rent. I had to pay my own bills, my own rent, as a single parent, you can apply for different type of programs with the government here in the United States. And that's how it works, and they help you get through, and your income tax and different things like that, that the government tries to do to help us, so we need to try to use these benefits for, to our advantage. Really, we should, if you able to, try to begin to build a legacy for yourself. Build a legacy for your tomorrow, for your future. Begin to pray it forward. Instead of going out buying Gucci bags and stuff that ain't going to bring you no money, go buy a house. Go buy some property. Start investing. Invest wisely. Really, real estate and property is a nice way to go. To begin to change the blight that's in the area, make the area look beautiful again. Begin to take pride in where we live, in our communities. Stop playing the game with the police officer throwing the trash out the window. Stop doing that, because see, what you're doing is turn the environment up for the future, for the kids. I had to realize that myself. And we need to begin to really start thinking about plastics and trying to do better for the environment. Think about separating plastic and cardboard, because plastic and stuff does wind up in the ocean, killing the wildlife. We have to think about the animals and the wildlife and their future also, and they have a right to be here. Everything and everybody got a right to genuine equality and righteousness. It really truly does. Animals do too. They have a right to be, a right to exist. There is no reason that we should be on the brink of extinction with any animals, except roaches and flies. Yeah, those two, yeah, they need to go. But any other animals, we can't even, why we can't extinct the roaches, but you can extinct a beautiful animal, a beautiful cat, that can go into an extinction, but you can't extinct the roaches. Roaches taking over they everywhere, honey. Roaches everywhere. Before I go look anywhere, I look for roaches. I don't care if it be beautiful on the outside, whatever. I will not. I refuse. I can't live with roaches. I just can't do it. So, I look for roaches everywhere. I look all in the cat. I ain't studying. He trying to show me the bedroom. I got to look for these roaches. If you ain't got sign for roaches, no signs of roaches, yeah, I can proceed forward. I can go look at the bedroom, different things. Look what you talking about, but let me check, do my inspection first. Because when I see the first sign, all conversation over with. Ain't nothing else to talk about. I can't live with them. I just can't. And it's childhood stuff, honey. Childhood trauma. The roaches brought me trauma, and even I can't deal with it. No, and even insects. I don't do insects. I can't. No. I just, with antlers and stuff. Okay, so let's get on something else. So, I just want to let you know, it's time to rise, people. And maybe I need to rise from the insects, but it's time to rise as a people because we are warriors and conquerors in God. We really, truly are. So we need to proceed forth, in God. And it ain't about being holy moly. It ain't about living no holy moly lifestyle and being all wrapped up, shrouded up, and tied up in a bow. You ain't got to live like that, honey. You just live you. Be the best you that you can be. Cause honey, 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 when you godly, you godly, godly. When you godly, you godly, godly. But honey, 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 we trust God only on the money. But honey, 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 we need to trust God every day, honey. It's time to trust God in everything, not just on the money. I'm telling you, we need to trust God in everything in our life, every single day. Because honey, 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 it's about spirituality, honey. That's all it's about is spirituality. You and God. Not you, God, not you and the pastor and God. Not you, the pastor and the church. It's you and God. The church is in you, honey. It's in you. That's where the church at, in your heart. How you living? How because you can rip and run back and forth for the pastor all day long. It don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing to God if your heart ain't right. If your heart is not right towards your people, towards your brother, towards forgiveness, that's what it's about. Because we will be held in account in how we act and how we do. Because honey, 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 God is good on accounting. God will hold you in account, honey, to how you act and how you doing your brothers and sisters out here. How you doing yourself. Don't take this oppression out on you. And don't get depressed. Don't go down. Because the oppression will lead to depression. And when it leads to depression, honey, I know. I done dealt with depression all my life. Depression almost took me out of here a couple times. So I know about depression. But you are a warrior. You are not conquered by anything. Depression is not going to conquer you. Because I'm telling you something. I got the cure. I got the cure for the depression, honey. I got the cure. I'm going to give you the cure. I'm going to give you the cure for depression. It's grow. Greatness reached over oppression, depression through wisdom. It's time to grow. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. And you can do it, honey. You are not going to be conquered by oppression, depression, anxiety, the things that's going on around us, alcohol, stinking thinking, the spiritual warfare, drugs, cigarettes, none of that. Cause see, you gotta let this stuff go. Don't let it dominate you. Just like I told you before, excuse me. Don't let it dominate you, honey. Leave them cigarettes alone. Let them cigarettes go. Before they let you go, it's time to grow. It's time to grow from the cigarettes. We do this. I used to smoke, so I understand. Walk away. Leave it there. Even if you leave for 5 minutes and come back and get it, just let the cigarette, you don't control me. I run this. Even if you come back for 5 minutes and grab the cigarette again, just begin to, and then smoke half. That's how I let go too. I started smoking half. Next thing you know, they was nasty, and they are. That's one thing that they are, honey. They nasty. They put a lot of stuff in there, a lot of nasty stuff in there, and they stink. And they stink up your clothes, and your fingers and everything, and it's they put a lot of stuff in there to make them more powerful. But I'm gonna tell you something. I don't care what they put in there. They can time 100 times to the 10th power of nicotine. But I tell you one thing, they can't overcome God. They cannot overcome God. Nothing on this earth can overcome God. Not even the oppression can overcome God. Not even the drugs and alcohol can overcome God. Because by his spirit, you are a warrior. By his spirit, you are a conqueror. By his spirit, you can overcome the drugs, the alcohol, the stinking thing, and anything that you trying to overcome, anything you trying to let go. Even God will remove the spiritual warfare away from around you, so you won't have to deal with it no more, honey. So you can cry at the sound of the birds. When last time you cried? I asked this question once before. When last time you cried at the sound of the birds? Honey, I'm that happy and at peace that I can. I can actually cry at the sound of the birds. I cry at the sound. I cry at peace, joy, and happiness now. But, see, I had to push the oppression out so I could, really focus on the podcast. Or see, look, I could be like, just here. Doing the podcast, then I run home and got to watch TV for a little while. Got to sit and watch Lifetime, because I used to love the Lifetime movie. Got to sit and watch that, see how she going to get him. How she going to get him back. First he got to do some stuff. And then she going to turn around and be a superhero. Okay, then, watch all kind of deadly women, all this other foolishness I used to fill my spirit with. I don't fill my spirit up with anything now. I don't watch TV. I don't even watch the news. I don't have a TV. And I'm debating on whether I even want one, really. I don't know. I just don't want to see it. I don't want to see the oppression. I want to stay above the oppression. See, I'm above it right now. My life is just as peaceful as if nothing was going on in the world. You wouldn't even think nothing was going on. See, I didn't even know it was a gas crisis. But I got gas. I ain't stressing about no gas, honey. And I got places to go. Yes, I do. But I'm trusting in God. I'm not going to trust that I'm going to go pull up at the pump and the pump going to be out of gas and I'm not going to get no gas to get where I got to go. I got to trust God. See, I can sit up and stress and worry about what's broke next, what's breaking. Oh my God, something else breaking. We back from the commercial. The commercial ain't broke, but we back from the commercial. Even on the commercial, ain't nothing breaking in the commercial. We can see that straight. But when we get back to you, everything breaking. Everything broke. You know why it's broke? Because God ain't in it. But I tell you what, God finna fix what's broke. And this world is broke. It's all broke. The evil done broke it. The evil done ran up in everywhere. The evil done ran up in the church. The evil done ran up in the school. The evil done even ran up in the Capitol building, walking with a flag. He didn't run in there. He walked. He strolled like he owned the place with the flag. I'm telling you, honey, evil ain't got no shame. Evil ain't got no shame whatsoever. Even in the corona, he walked up there and turned and smiled for the camera. Evil ain't got no shame. So I'm telling you, if evil is that powerful to walk up in the Capitol building and smile for the camera and crawl all over the walls, don't you think evil will come looking for you? You ain't got to go looking for evil. They was up in there doing their job, doing what they supposed to be doing. But then there come the evil, come running down there, crawling all over the wall looking for them. And I'm telling you, it didn't make no difference who they was. They was looking for lawmakers. It didn't make no difference who the lawmaker was. They just wanted them, honey. Even the vice president had a noose waiting for him. So tell me, you tell me, you mean to tell me that you would rather turn your back to a message of love and turn to the evil instead of growing and trying to rise over this evil? You see, you can't even hardly take your baby to school. You really can't. You can't go nowhere. You can't even go to a birthday party. You can't do anything. Every time I turn in some evil, somebody done something evil. We need to try to drive this evil out of here. People doing horrible things to babies. Just horrible. I can't even fathom it. How could you think to do something so evil to a child, to stab a child and leave him laying on the side? The stabbing, period. I just don't fathom the evil. So see, I disconnect from it, and then therefore I try to work towards it. I try to work towards a solution. So I keep getting on here running my mouth every day and try to aim the goal is really to aim towards some sense of world peace. Some sense of us rising together as a people, as one nation under God on this world, rising up virtually together to live in peace and harmony and righteousness and genuine equality, because everybody deserves that Everybody deserves that. And because everybody don't have that, we have a lot of oppression. We have a lot of oppression that's going on. Family against family, brother against brother, sister against sister. You know, conniving different evil stuff. How could you connive and want to go after you? You connive, you dating a brother, you want to go after the other brother. I mean, you just conniving stuff. All this different stuff that's going on. You know, how we rising up against one another. How we can't come together in love. You don't come together as a people. You don't come together the way we supposed to, because love makes a family. It's not necessarily blood. It's love. The love. You could be blood and not even love one another. I've seen blood hate one another. I've seen blood kill one another. So it's love. We got to be on love. You have to love your brother. You got to love your sister. Because it starts with you. That's where the love starts. The love starts within. See, I had to learn how to love myself through the Grow movement. I had to learn how to turn that and channel all that negative energy and channel it positive. You know, instead of turning it negative toward myself and drinking and doing all kind of crazy stuff. Filling my spirit up with the spiritual warfare. You know, being a part of that. Being all in that. Being over there where that's at. You know, I had to remove myself. You know, I told you about the time. I told you about that time. You know, a witness. You know, God has just removed me so many times. You know, this particular time, they could have started shooting. He got out the car after the dude hit the car. He got out and twisted a red bandana around his head. Went to the stove, pulled the door open, turned back around, walked back to the car. Dude still sitting there. You know, I think everybody, the whole parking lot stopped, because we thought he was getting ready to jump off. You hear me? But he turned around, walked to the car, looked at the car, he twisted that bandana, walked right back in that stove. Other dude drove off, and I praise the Lord. I praise God, because that wasn't nothing but God, honey. Because anytime else you done hit somebody's car, it's getting ready to jump off. Especially, you know, down in the city where we already oppressed. You know, I'm trying to help us to rise up. You know, it's time to rise up as a people. You know, I'm gonna tell you something. In hindsight, thinking back on this situation, you know, it wouldn't been nothing I could have done but got out the car and tried to talk to them two kings. That's what I would have done. You know, try to save us all. Because, see, by you taking this king's life or you taking this king's life, both lives is gone. Then on top of that, an innocent life around here might fall. So I would have tried to talk them two kings out that situation. Yo, I could not have just sat there and let it go like that. And I think, with me talking to them and trying to reason with them, I think I could have got through to them. Like I'm trying to get through to people on this podcast, trying to help us realize that it's time to rise. It's time for greatness. It's time to reach our greatness. It's time to be legends. We all are legends. We all are gods, created in God's image. God's unique, beautiful roses growing in his garden. We all are. Let's not tear one another down. Let's not strip one another. Let's give one another push-ups. Let's help one another up. Let's help one another rise. Let's help one another be conquerors, be greatness. Because, see, once we lift one another up, we all rise. We all come up. We all begin to rise up. We all begin to reach our greatness. Because what is it for me to be great by myself? I want all of us to be great. All of us to rise. I want great mountains all over the world, everywhere. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. I love you. I love you. I love you. Look in the mirror and say it too. God bless you.